Hey there, Shawna Martinez with Performance Team. Today we're talking about pre-listing inspections. So I get asked this question quite a bit from sellers. Should I have an inspection prior to going on the market with my home? And the simple answer is maybe. Yes and no. It just depends on the situation. So for me, I know immediately when I walk into a home, I've already done my research. I already know when the house was last sold. I start pulling up old inspection reports that maybe were in the MLS, if they're in there. If it's not a very old home, if it's only like a couple of years old, those are all deciding factors on whether I think a seller should get a pre-listing inspection. I'm kind of 50-50 on that because of this. One, the market that we're in right now, again, Hunger Games. I feel like I should get dressed up and put makeup on and the big wigs and everything. I should just start doing video like that because that's pretty much what we're in is the Hunger Games for real estate right now. And what we're seeing is buyers are buying houses as is. They're not asking for repairs. Most of them are waiving, or a lot of them are waiving option periods to even be able to back out if the inspection comes back bad. And that's going to be a cost about $600 on average for a seller or a buyer, whoever's going to be paying for an inspection. If you do a pre-listing inspection, that's money out of your pocket. So again, it's about the net and how much you walk away from closing. But if I walk into a house and I know that I can tell that it's had deferred maintenance, there's a lot of items that buyers are going to kind of gawk at, then I would say yes, let's do a pre-listing inspection. Because if you do a pre-listing inspection on a sale side, if you're the seller and you do one, it will save you a lot of money when it comes to repairs. Now, what does that mean? What it means is if you get an inspection report, it's gonna be 60 pages long, okay? They're gonna tell you everything you never knew about your house, and everybody thinks their house is a piece of junk when you get an inspection report. Even brand new builds, we see a lot of things come back on inspection reports. People are human. The people building these homes, the builders, they're human. They make mistakes. You live in it. Things deteriorate. Things you don't remember to do on your maintenance items. It adds up quick. It's okay. Don't be scared of the inspection report. But what you can do is you can take that inspection report as a seller before you've ever listed your home and a buyer's in contract. So this is way before you go on the market, maybe a couple of weeks per se. You get the inspection report back. You say you have Joe down the street who will do it for beer and pizza. Well, that's great. You just hand in the report and you say, these are the items I want to fix so that buyers don't have to worry about it. And he'll come down here and fix it for, the cost of supplies plus beer and pizza. That's gonna be a lot cheaper than, let's say, if you flip that and you wait for a buyer to bring you an inspection report from when they get an inspection and they say, we want these items repaired. Instead of Joe doing it down the street because he's just a handy guy, now they're gonna be asking in that repair request, they're gonna be asking for a licensed person. So it's gonna be a licensed plumber, a licensed HVAC system tech. Everything's gonna be licensed, and that's where it's gonna cost you a lot of money because now you can't just use anybody you want down the street. You have to use a professional, and that they charge big bucks, which they should. I mean, they're good at what they do and they do it right, and you have warranties usually in place for those kinds of things when they do the work, which is great. But again, if you could save money and do it on the front side, it may cost you $600, but your $600 that you got on your list for your inspection probably is a lot less money than if you wait for the buyer to pay for it and then now you're maybe out thousands of dollars. But let me say this, in this market, I have to make sure I just really hone in on this. In this market, it's 50-50 on whether I would tell a seller to get a pre-listing inspection. But here's where it would really come into play for you. If you get a pre-listing inspection, because it's all about, we want to have less outs for a buyer if you're a seller, then you can actually, by law, you have to provide that you have that inspection report. And if they want a copy of it, they can. And what I would do is I would highly recommend that you provide that inspection report up front, because then most likely you'll get buyers that will waive their option period because guess what? They've already seen this inspection. And what the cool thing is you get that inspection, let's say 100 items come back on your inspection report and you maybe did 50 of them, but there were some of the big ones like the HVAC, which is your heating and air, your dishwasher, whatever came back on that, you fix those items. What gives a buyer more confidence on a home than when they walk in and they say, whoa, they've already had a pre-listing inspection and guess what? They've already fixed all these items. Like I feel 100% confident buying this house and not having an option period. And I know I'm getting a good product. And I tell people this, I would rather put all the information out there to the buyer, let them come in and say, okay, we do want to put it in offer, knowing they know the good, bad, and ugly about your house. I would rather have 5 serious buyers that would buy your house in a heartbeat, no question, if there was anything still left on that inspection report, than I would to say as a seller, don't provide that information, and a buyer come in and then they find it out and they back out anyways. Why? Because time is money. it's time for you, it's money for you, and it's not gonna net you a good result. So it's all about putting the seller in power. And this is one of those things that I would highly ask that we suggest that we talk about is a pre-listing inspection right for you?